Today I want to do a little bit more work on this piece up in this area that I started on, quite a while ago. I did something called Holbein stitch or double running stitch and created this step-like pattern. And there's a way to do a similar pattern using backstitch. So that's what I'm going to try today. And I'm going to use 3 strands of this teal colored stranded cotton, and I'm just going to continue along with this zigzag step-like pattern from where I left off with the pink and purple that I started out with the running stitch. So to do this stitch, you come up on the front of your fabric and you take your first stitch forward like you'd normally do, and then you come back up on your fabric wherever you want the next stitch to end, and then you go back and fill in the space. So each time you come up, you're thinking about where you want your next stitch to end, and then you take the following stitch back to fill in that space. So you just keep going back and forwards, and that's all there is to it. And you can change direction whenever you like. In this case here, I'm just following along with what I was doing when I was working on the double running stitch and creating a stair-like pattern. With the double running stitch, you needed to do 2 passes to finish off the design, but with the back stitch, for me, it's a little bit more intuitive, and you just do 1 pass and you can see the design coming together as you stitch. And now when I've made my steps as high as I want, I'll start working back in the opposite direction and mirroring what I did before. Now, I didn't put any markers in to guide my stitching, but you absolutely could. And in my other videos, I've shown you how to do that using something called plastic canvas to make some dots on the cloth. But like I said, I'm not doing that. I'm just swinging it, and I'm doing this in a purely slow stitch sort of way, letting the stitches fall where they may and not worrying about whether they're straight or not. And I quite like the way it looks. And here's what the back looks like. And oh, that was a surprise. I didn't really expect that. It doesn't really look much like a back stitch, and you can see it's quite different from where you do their double running stitch, which, if you're paying careful attention, can look pretty much the same as the front. Now, if you want to move your needle and start stitching in another place, you can carry your thread across the back of your piece by looping it through some of the stitches on the back so you don't end up with a really long float on the back. So now I'm in a new spot and I'm thinking, wait a minute, this isn't really what I was planning. Maybe I need to move my needle somewhere else. But no, wait, you know what I decided to do? I'm going to go with it. It was not what I had in mind, but I just thought, well, I've put the needle down here. Let's see what I can do with this. And I've come up with a different pattern. I'm making these little boxes. And not what I had in mind, but I kind of like it. I like that I discovered something new, that I'm not necessarily just doing the same thing all the time. And I'm quite pleased with that. It's different, and this is just a sampler, so it doesn't have to be perfect. And it's given me an idea. I'm not going to do it today, but I think that these little boxes are going to come in handy later on when I'm exploring some other stitches. Nothing has to be finished. I can keep adding and changing things as I go along. And I think that's about it for now. And the other day, while I was putting away my laundry, this t-shirt caught my eye. I bought it when I was in Peru, and this is a traditional pattern made by the people who live near the Amazon River. And I thought, I wonder if I could use something similar to this on my piece here. And so that's what I'm going to share with my Ko-fi supporters this week. And I'd love to have you join us over there. Thanks for watching, and I hope I've inspired you to make something beautiful. Bye for now.